Hello and welcome to this match between Miramar Rangers and Napier City Rovers in the final round of the Central League. We see today the second place team Miramar taking on the seventh place team Napier in what promises to be an entertaining encounter. Miramar are looking ahead to the future with games in the Chatham Cup and National League coming up, while Napier are just looking to round out their season in positive fashion. We're here at David Farrington Park in Miramar in Wellington on what is a glorious afternoon with actually not too much wind for a Wellington afternoon, which is quite nice at this time of the year. My name is Liam Hislop and I will be your commentator for today. Earlier I caught up with the two coaches to get their thoughts on the match. Well, Scott, it's obviously an interesting build-up to any game when you go through lockdowns and COVID and all that stuff. How have you guys sort of approached this one coming into it?
We continued over lockdown with keeping the boys active and connected. Obviously, we've got a Chatham Cup coming. We've qualified for the National League, but obviously with things the way at the moment, we don't know when they're going to come around. So, making sure that when the government and when New Zealand Football and Capital Football said, look, you've still got a game to play, or there's still things coming, then we needed to make sure that we were prepared because we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, what do you expect from Napier City Rovers today with their final game of the season?
Normal Napier, tough team. I think throughout this season they've struggled in certain games, but they've got quality within their squad. They're bringing young players through from the region as well, so we expect a normal Napier team. A team that will run for 95 minutes, that will fight you on the pitch and cause you problems at both ends. So making sure that we're on top of our game is going to be paramount today.
And how much are you sort of looking ahead to those games in terms of, are people potentially playing for places here in the National League or Chatham Cup and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it's important that with a brief kind of mini pre-season headed into today's game, that we've got the flexibility of 5 subs, which New Zealand Football and Capital Football agreed. So making sure that players don't get injured is the first thing. Player welfare is paramount to us. But then, obviously making sure that we maintain the O'Brien Shield, which has been in the club rooms for 2.5 years now, I think, and we haven't lost at home for, I want to say, 24 games. So the players are proud of that. So trying to hold them back is not something I'm going to do today.
Cool, thanks Scott, good luck. Robertson, Napier City Rovers coach, welcome to Wellington. First of all, how was your trip down this morning?
Yeah, standard trip from us from Napier. Obviously, early start this morning. I think just before 7 a.m. at the ground. So, but yeah, we've had good preparation. We've got used to the travel now over the years. So hopefully the boys are ready to go come kick off.
How tricky is this one for you guys to approach as sort of the last game of the season with not too much on it for you guys? Is it a chance to, I suppose, give the young guys a run?
Yeah, exactly that. It's a good opportunity for us to play against one of the best teams in the country. We've got a relatively young squad this year. And we've used the last few games since we were out of the running for the top 3. We've used the last few games to give a number of our younger players an opportunity, and we'll do that again today. It's a great experience for them to come and play against some of the best players in the country. So hopefully they can give a good account of themselves.
Yeah, how has the season gone for you? Obviously, probably not quite as you would have liked.
Look, I mean, it was a transitional year, wasn't it? A new structure, and everything takes a little bit of time. Like I say, we have gone fairly young this year. We had a number of significant injuries to some key players, which really hurt us in the middle of the season. But ultimately, we've given an opportunity to a number of local young Hawke's Bay players, which we're proud of, and hopefully that'll give us something to build on for next season.
Cool. Thank you, Bill. Good luck for today.
Thank you.
To start with the home side Miramar Rangers, the starting lineup: in goal, Zach Jones, Scott Midgley, Taylor Shrivers, Sam Dewar, George Akers, Aaron Spain, Andy Bevan, Ollie White, Joel Morieta, Harris Zeb and Owen Barnett. Substitutions for Miramar Rangers: Hugo Del Hummel, Caden Atkins, Sam Mason-Smith and Mikhail Bredevelt. The head coach is Scott Howes. And now to the away side, Napier City Rovers. In goal for them, Oscar Mason, Liam Schofield, Isaac Belcher, Jackson Haynes, Sam Wall, Cameron Emerson, Zach Madsen, Joshua Stevenson, James Hoyle, Sam Pickering and Benjamin Wade. And on the bench, Rion Wedahiko, Shay Bauerfiend, Isaac Milley, Sam Leck and Caleb Marwick. Their head coach, Bill Robertson. Yes, those were your teams for match here at David Farrington Park on, as what I mentioned previously, was just a glorious afternoon here in Miramar in the eastern suburbs of Wellington. We're around about a minute away from kick-off here as the teams make their way out onto the field. Just one late addition to the team sheet for Miramar Rangers, with Keegan Smith coming onto the bench as the reserve goalkeeper. He's been out since about May with an injury, having transferred from North Wellington, so good to see the former Wellington Phoenix goalkeeper on the bench here, and a welcome addition as Miramar towards their National League campaign, which will hopefully be able to get underway in October once the COVID-19 restrictions are hopefully eased up in Auckland. Just a few moments now until we do kick off here in Miramar. Miramar forming a huddle down at the northern end of the ground. Normally in Wellington you'd probably expect the breeze to be blowing. We do have a gentle zephyr coming from the south, which is making it slightly chilly, even though we're in quite sunny conditions, and actually for this time of year in spring it's actually quite a nice day, so perfect conditions for football. And yeah, our referees for today, Chris Bennett in the middle there, just about to get us underway. Our assistant referee on this side of the field is Sean Lau, and across on the other side of the field is Jordan Boyd. He'll be looking into the sunshine for today. Chris Bennett gets us underway. Napier City Rovers kick off. And straight out to the back they go. So yes, here we are. This is the final round of the Central League today, in what has been an elongated season due to the COVID-19 restrictions. Miramar, a bit of a mistake, slight comical slip up there for the Scott Midgley at left centre back. He's laughing, and Stu Widdowson, the assistant coach for Miramar, is also having a bit of a chuckle on the sideline. Quite a comical start to the game, but we're going to excuse me. Get into the stage. Taylor Shriver's on the ball. Plays it out to Aaron Spain and just misses his pass to Andy Bevan. It's Sam Wall on the ball, one of the youngsters on the side for Napier today. He's Bill Robertson going for a younger side today as he looks to blood new talent looking ahead to next season. That's a good ball out from the goalkeeper to the left wing side for Ben Wade. But Miramar retain possession and get it back. As mentioned, this is essentially just a get back in the rhythm game for Miramar as they close out their Central League campaign. Their last match was a 1-0 loss about 4 weeks ago to Wellington Olympic, which handed Olympic the Central League title for the first time in a number of years. Miramar had looked like favourites to secure that title throughout the season, but just unable to close it out despite having seemed like about 100 shots in the first half against Olympic, but just couldn't put them away and then got caught and lost 1-0 in that game. Napier coming to this one off the back of a 6-0 loss to Western Suburbs, and what's sort of been a tail-off of form to the end of their season as they've sort of slipped down the table to 7th. Just the 5 wins and 2 draws this season and 10 losses for Napier City Rovers in what's been largely a transitional year for them. But they do look like they do have a bit of talent here for the future, and a number of young players on display today. Those including the likes of Sam Wall and Ben Wade and others out there. They've even got a 16-year-old on the bench, Caleb Marwick, who made his debut as Andy Bevan gets a shot away. And what a ripping goal that is to start the game. Andy Bevan, he sort of got that ball in the middle of the park. Not many men in front of him, decided to take a few touches and just hammer that to the top left-hand corner. João Modiera gives him a wee cuddle. What a start to the game for Miramar Rangers. That is Andy Bevan's 7th goal of the campaign. And what a start that is for Miramar Rangers. Wow. Just a beautiful, beautiful goal. You would have taken in the replay there of what is just a sumptuous shot to the top left-hand corner from Andy Bevan. We will be able to bring you replays throughout the game, thanks to our crew here. And so if you do see those coming through, just enjoy those and know we are going to be playing them throughout the game. But yes, what a start that is for Miramar Rangers. Andy Bevan, probably one of the most underrated players in New Zealand. If he didn't have what's already quite a good job, you just about would have said he could have been a professional footballer, but as he looks to make another run through the middle here, that is a good ball for him, but just can't quite find him. And Napier just has to hack it away. That is Ben Wade. Aaron Spain looks for the quick throw though, into João Morieta. Apologies, that's Harris Zeb there on the right hand side. Oh, that's a strong challenge from James Hoyle, the Napier skipper for today. Very strong challenge on Harris Zeb. Referee Chris Bennett quite right in his quite rightly able to call a free kick there. Standing over this one, we've got Ollie White, another player from the formerly of the Wellington Phoenix Academy. Also got George Akers, a former Napier City Rovers star, I guess you would say. He spent many years in Hawke's Bay and was a very effective player for them, but has made the transition to Miramar. It's going to be Akers with his left foot, curves it in. Oh, that's it, and it's in. Miramar Rangers 2-0, and Taylor Shrivers is claiming it. Oh, the goalkeeper doesn't like it. He's claiming he had control, but said it was in his hands. Claimed it was kicked out, but referee Chris Bennett doesn't want to hear it, and Taylor Shrivers will take that one to the bank. His first goal of the season, and Miramar now up 2-0 inside 5 minutes. This is going to be a very tough encounter now for Napier City Rovers. They really have nothing to play for here today, but they've got to find a way to keep battling away and try and take some positives from this game when they're already down 2-0 inside 5 minutes. There's Josh Stevenson with a wee flick on. He's playing in his, 266th game for Napier City Rovers today. Real stalwart of the club and been here for a number of years. He's the one who's trying to, I guess, inspire this next generation they have in their squad and try and bring them along with the astute coaching of Bill Robertson. But this is going to be a test for them now, a test for these young players as well, as they play arguably the best club side in New Zealand at the moment. One of, at least, especially in this part of the country. It's a good foot in there from Shrivers, turning his positive start to the game. He feeds it in for Ollie White, who sprays it out to the left side. That's where he finds George Akers. Akers just rolls it out to Owen Barnett, and he plays it back into Scott Midgley. There's Ollie White for ball in, looking for Morieta. Hoyle's able to head clear, and Sam Pickering off a cool head. Plays that one back into his goalkeeper, Oscar Mason. Pickering transferred to the Hawke's Bay from Petone, his spiritual club, I suppose you'd say, having a long family pedigree at Petone, but made the mid-season move to Napier City Rovers to try and help them out, add a bit more experience to their team and try and bring some of these young players along. But it has been a rough campaign for Napier City Rovers by their very high standards. 5-time Chatham Cup winners, Napier City Rovers, and also we're the defending champions. Here's João Morieta. Oh, good chance down the right-hand side. Barnett's still got a chance at it. Pickering heads clear, but Barnett gets it. Nope, Bevan's got it. No, Barnett. He plays it back in. That's Sam Dewar, the captain, out to Akers. Akers in for Ollie White. White plays it in. Here's Owen Barnett. Will he have a crack? No. Rolls it for Bevan, and Brax is just broken up. But, well, as soon as Napier City Rovers clear, as soon as Miramar Rangers have the ball back, and another wave of attack comes in. Barnett on the edge of the area. That's a foul. Yes, it is. And behind from Sam Pickering there. Another set-piece chance coming up for Miramar Rangers as they look to build on an early 2-goal lead already. Only, 8 minutes into this one, and Napier City Rovers are well and truly under the pump. Again, we've got Ollie White and George Akers over the ball. You think this time it might be White with his right foot getting a chance to have a pop at that top corner that Andy Bevan found just beautifully in the first couple of minutes. Just a lovely goal from a lovely footballer, Andy Bevan. This is going to be White, straight at the wall, but he gets it back, has another crack. Another chance here, goes onto his left foot. Oh yes, Napier able to clear Liam Schofield and just gets that one away, hacks it clear out for a Miramar Rangers corner. They play it short. Here's Ollie White. Out to the wing. White. Oscar Mason screaming at his players. He's already lost his hat as the sun slowly goes down behind the hill, but it is up there. Oh, that's a robust challenge from a Napier player. Chris Bennett waves play on. Here's Zeb. Harris Zeb down the right. Tries to beat his man, but no, Hoyle's in there with the tackle. Good strong challenges from Napier City Rovers. These ones fair this time around. Zeb throws it in for Murieta. Good footwork from the Portuguese, but unable to hold position, and it'll be a corner for Miramar Rangers. George Akers will take this one and try and swing it in with his left foot. He's got two short options of Zeb and Ollie White there. And he rolls it into White. They've got a 2-on-1 here. They're going to try and work it. Here's Zeb. Zeb now back to White. White just going to try and beat his man here. Mason screaming at his team to get up. Zeb able to cross to the back post. Here's Murieta. Oh, that's a lovely bit of footwork from the Portuguese striker there. Rolls it in for Shrivers. He'll play it back out to Barnett. Barnett now, no, he decides to play the safe option, goes back to the skipper Dewar, and he'll just flick it across to Aaron Spain. Miramar reset. Oh, lovely ball out to Harris Zeb. Zeb now looks to take on Schofield. Zeb's able to beat it. Oh, that's a good challenge from Liam Schofield, very good. That's somebody here though, he's got a chance, and nope, that's a tame effort straight into the grateful clutches of Oscar Mason. He looks for a quick ball out, but no one really wants it, nothing's really on, so he'll just play it to Sam Pickering. It's an entertaining opening 10 minutes here to this game, and Miramar Rangers all over it. Andy Bevan might have just collected that Napier player for an accidental elbow. He's holding his head. Chris Bennett will just stop the game for a head knock, so it's the right move there. With a player down with a potential head injury, do need to stop the game. He's okay though. Straight back to his feet is Cameron Emerson. It looks like it'll just be a drop ball, and Napier probably just going to kick this one back to Miramar. Oh no, the other way around. Or is it going to be a contested drop? No, okay, just going to go back to Miramar. Here's Midgley, plays into Dewar. He'll flick it out to, I believe that is George Akers out there. Yes it is. Oh! Challenge from George Akers on his former teammate Josh Stevenson there. Don't know if there's any history in that one, but seemed an overly physical challenge when you're up 2-0 already in the first 10 minutes. It's a good little play from Napier City Rovers, but Shriver's strong in defence and is able to carry the ball out. Tries to find Murieta. He's going to chase that one down and try and keep it in. She does. Rolls it back into Aaron Spain, and now Miramar will have a chance to build out from the back. David Farrington Park is a very happy hunting ground for Miramar. Fortress Farrington, they call it. They haven't lost here since July 2019. That's 23 games in all. And they've held the O'Brien Shield since that time, which is kind of like the Ranfurly Shield, I guess, for the Central League. Last time to beat them here, though, was Napier City Rovers, and I guess pre-match they may have fancied their chances again to do that, but at this stage it's going to need to be a little a comeback for them to be able to do that. But in those 23 matches, they've scored 92 and only conceded 20, Miramar. So the chances pre-match of that streak being broken were always going to be quite small, and that would appear to be the case. So they look to build another attack out from the back again. There's George Akers into Ollie White. He's got a chance to break down the left, beats his man well, strides into the box. There's a chance. But no, it's decent in there from Napier, and they just scramble it away. Good work there from Jackson Haynes. an early change for Napier City Rovers here. Looks to be injury enforced. It's been weighed off. Just unsure on the replacement there. That's Shane Barfield. He's going on up front. So an early change for Napier City Rovers. Being weighed off and Jets. Shane Barfield on. That's a chance for Miramar Rangers, but it's just gone wide. So about 15 minutes gone here at David Farrington Park in Miramar in this Central League clash. Our final round of competition, and Miramar leading us 2-0 after a stunning goal from Andy Bevan in that first couple of minutes, and then a tap in for a centre back, which you love to see for a centre back up for a free kick. Getting a nice finish for your first goal of the season. No end of season punishments for Taylor Shrivers this year. Miramar are going to look to try and build another attack here, and here it is entirely white. It's not a foul apparently from referee Chris Bennett's interpretation, so that's good. But he does find a foul there against Andy Bevan for the trip on Sam Wall. Not sure Ollie White was overly enthused with the non-call of the challenge from Sam Wall before that, but here we are. Schofield with his left foot's going to try and clip this one in to the back post. I imagine he'll be looking for the likes of Stevenson or even Bauerfeind, who's gone up there up front and clips into the back post. But there's Morieta doing his defensive duties. He's the big striker. Barnett might look to counter, and he's trying to take on Sam Wall, and he's done well. He's beaten his man. He's gone. Tries to roll it out for Ollie White, but unable to. Here's Bauerfeind trying to get in on the ball. Unable to though, and Miramar look to settle, and they will.
Too high! Do your defending first!
As mentioned earlier, Miramar do provisionally have a Chatham Cup semi-final scheduled here for October 9th against North Shore United. But that game will obviously be contingent. There's a break down the left wing side, but that's offside. That game will obviously be contingent on Auckland changing alert levels with North Shore based up in Auckland, so they would need to be down to at least COVID-19 alert level 2, and even that brings its own complications if Wellington was in alert level 1 around spectators and the like, but they are looking towards that as being a possibility with a few weeks between then and now, and after that we'd roll into what would be a National League campaign for them starting the following week, again contingent on Auckland COVID-19 alert levels. So an important game for Miramar here to get themselves back into stride and try to start building for those campaigns if they do eventually happen. But here is Napier now, they've got a chance. Josh Stevenson plays the ball in for Bauerfeind. He's got a chance here at the back post, but no, Shrivers uses his pace well and is able to just get there and get across and not even have to really make a full tackle, just sort of runs through him and takes the ball away from him, pinches his pocket.
Much better, well done! George, good cover!
So as mentioned, yes, that National League campaign is under the revamped National League, which features the top teams from the different regional leagues converging in a National League system. Miramar will be joined by Olympic, Wellington Phoenix, who get an automatic spot from this part of the world, and Western Suburbs, who are also in a Chatham Cup semi-final, potentially against Kashmir Tech on October 9. That's down in Christchurch, so a bit more chance of that one definitively happening, but would need another semi-final to be played for them to make any sort of meaning. Oh, it's a strong challenge from Dewar, but it's okay. Oh, Jao Moriera taken out through the middle, but no call there. He's found Ollie White though, out on the left side to Bevan. Some fancy footwork from White. He tries to clip it into the back post, but he's blocked. There's a ball from Ollie White, but it's just a bit heavy and rolls out for a goal kick. Oscar Mason, the Napier goalkeeper, has put his cap back on his head and decided that he will need it. He's just going to roll it out short to Sam Pickering, transfer from Petone mid-season. He's going to try to clip it out down here. That's a good ball. Zach Madsen got on the end of that, but unfortunately Balfine through the middle wasn't able to help him there. Aaron Spain was easily able to cover and find Zach Jones, who could have a bit of competition on his hands with the return of the reserve goalkeeper, formerly of the Wellington Phoenix. Miramar again looking for a patient build-up. Here, after that rocky first 5 minutes where they conceded 2 goals, have recovered reasonably well and turned this into a bit more of an even contest. And they were contesting challenges, getting it nice and hard, and being physical as anticipated by Scott Hales in the pre-game. He was expecting a physical encounter. He obviously does not want any of his players picking up injuries, with bigger fish to fry in a couple of weeks, hopefully. But yes, obviously, thankfully Geelong Football have instituted the 5 substitute rule for this game to allow them to have more substitutes on hand, having previously been 3 through the season. So having those 5 substitutes available to him means that he will be able to rotate his players, and that's perhaps why Sam Mason-Smith is on the bench today, their top goal scorer. Here's Harris Depp down the right-hand side though. He's got to get to the byline, and Balfine gets a foot in there. No, he doesn't. Okay, it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. Napier playing short again, looking to play out through Pickering. He dribbles it out and across to James Hoyle. Skipper for Napier City Rovers, who flips it down the Rhine, but easily picked up by the Miramar defence, that sort of play. Josh Stevenson just asking Balfine to get a little bit higher up the field to try and pick those up. If they're going to try and play that sort of game, he does need to be up on that last man, up on those centre backs and pressuring them. That's a great ball there from Ollie White. It's just going to go a bit too far for Owen Barnett to get on the end of there. Oscar Mason though rolls to Sam Pickering, and they look to build again, do Napier. Crossfield ball from Pickering out here. That's lovely to Zach Madsen. Madsen tries to beat Zeb but isn't able to. Goes again. It's a good one-on-one battle there, but Harris just marshals him over the sideline. It's good defending from the winger there, but that's a slack bit of play from the skipper, Sam Dewar, and Balfine might be in here. Yeah, a bit of a lazy touch there from Dewar. But Miramar will recover. Here's Ollie White, one of the class players on the field today. Real technician on the ball and great feet. Here's Midgley, who's able to play it out to George Akers. Back in for Andy Bevan, who's also a former Napier City Rovers player. Akers and Bevan and Sam Mason-Smith on the bench, all having turned out for the City Rovers. So it's a very soft giveaway of position from Miramar, and Napier do have a chance to find something through the middle of the park here. Cameron Emerson just tame shot, which Zach Jones, the Miramar goalkeeper, is easily able to gather. It rolls out to Aaron Spain. This is the few train spotters out there, 115th matchup between these two sides. First time they played was at a Chatham Cup quarter-final at the Baseman Reserve in 1961. For Miramar rolling out 3-2 winners that day. It was when they used to traditionally play the big Chatham Cup games at the Baseman, a cricket ground. I'd love to see that happen back one day, but you just, of it being such a high-level international cricket ground, we may never see it. We do actually get some girls' football on there during the winter, which is nice. They get to play there on a Sunday morning, and it's quite a sight to see out on the hallowed turf. With 10-year-old girls playing around there, it's pretty cool. Andy Bevan here now, on the edge of the box. Ooh, tries to clip a ball in, and it just smacks Schofield. Looked to be in the face, but he takes it well, and that'll be a Miramar overthrow or corner. I think it's a corner, yep. Bevan's going to look to play short, but probably going to leave it for George Akers, I think, with his left foot. Like an in-swinging corner, they do. Oh, but it's the short man, and he's going to get it. Napier again leaving that a bit. Oh, that could be a handball. Certainly hit the elbow, but no, Chris Bennett's going to just call for a corner. His assistant Sean Lau there would have had a good look at it, but decided against calling the handball. Here's Akers will swing the corner in. Good ball into the sun. That's difficult for Mason, but he does well enough to punch it to clear. And Napier able to clear their lines. They've pushed up well. Here's Aaron Spain. Doesn't have many options. Scott Howell's asking his team to start a bit deeper. It's can't work from Akers there, so here we go, starting again. There's Midgley, one of the 3 centre backs there in this formation. Good win though. Here come Napier City Rovers through the middle. Good feet there, and he's able to try and beat his man, but what he does come back and he's just nutmegged him. That's lovely. Lovely stuff from the Portuguese striker. He's another one along with Ollie White and Andy Bevan, just a number of class players for Miramar. Zeb switched wings now, he's out to the left wing. And we've got George Akers out here on the right wing. Going for the inverted wingers, presumably just from what's happened from the last corner. Here comes Harris Zeb. Akers though running into a space a bit. Zeb's going to try and go past him and hit it with his right foot, but no. Hoyle's able there and he's able to stop him. Turns him away from goal, that's good defending. Here's Moriera, finds a skipper Dewar. He'll flick it out to Ollie White, who gets a little clip around the ankles there from Jackson Haynes, and could be the first yellow card of the game. And it will be. He's got that one out, ready to go. Yep, that's a yellow card. Probably fair enough, just a little bit late in the challenge there. Smacked him around the ankles. And the yellow card. So again, we've got Akers and Ollie White standing over the ball. Last time it was Ollie White who, from a similar sort of position, just smacked one straight against the wall. We'll be looking to get a little bit more elevation this time. Try and get it up and over the wall.
Run round. Go the other side. Thanks,
It's a tame effort there from Ollie White, easily picked up by Oscar Mason. And the Napier goal. He's going to look to go long, try and find. Here's Josh Stevenson, he's going to try to win that, but no, Shrivers is good in the air, he's always going to win those ones. There's Ollie White, good intervention from Isaac Boucher. Cameron Emerson though, good little touch there, tries to swing it out to the left, tries to find Zach Madsen, but Spain's good, steps up into that one, he's going to carry it forward as well. Look for a man, try and start a counter. Sam Pickering's in though, it's a good challenge from Pickering, and again, it's a bit of a transitional game now. It's a game that Napier would want to play. They do want to try and play on counters and transitions, but that's a bad ball from Paynes, but no. Isaac Boucher is able to clean that one up for him, mop it up. Here's Schofield into Emerson. And back up to Schofield. He'll swing it out for Haynes. But no, he's lost it. And here comes George Akers on the break down the left. Here he goes. Next, here's George Akers. You see, he's going to attack. Hits a shot, but no, that's straight at Mason. It's Hoyle in for Liam Schofield. Schofield tries to clip it in. Here's Stevenson. To Emerson, he leaves it. Here's Hoyle. Hoyle looks for Madsen, but Shrivers is going to find that. A few of his teammates trying to tell him to start that one again, but he decided to hit the channel and it was ineffective. Midgley though, he's just going to start another attack from Miramar. It's Barnett. It's just going back to these two teams in their 115th matchup. It's pretty even across the years. Miramar with 51 wins, Napier with 43 and 20 draws. So these are two of the more storied and bigger clubs of national club football in New Zealand. I believe 5 Chatham Cups to Napier City Rovers' name, including last year, and Miramar Rangers with 4, and looking to add to that. Hopefully this year. I should not say defending champions last year for Napier. Obviously the Chatham Cup wasn't played last year because of COVID. Here's Zach Madsen down the left wing and he shoots, but no, it's straight to the hands of Zach Jones. Sorry, Napier City Rovers year 2019 Chatham Cup champions, obviously with Chatham Cup unfortunately not played last year because of COVID-19. It's a good ball, and Harris Ebb has acres of space down the right-hand side. Was he going to look for Moriera at the back post? No, he cuts inside, now goes onto his right foot and hits that, but a little bit predictable there from Harris Seb, and an experienced defender like Jimmy Hoyle was going to be closing that one down all day. Knew he was going to try and roll that one back onto his right foot and just waited for him to do it, and then got his foot in there to block the shot. Akers trots across from his left wing position to swing this one in with his left foot. They have often looked for the short option though, so Napier want to be aware of that. Ollie White lingering on the edge of the box. Got Owen Barnett as well, who's coming in short. They're going to play this one short. Got the 3-on-2 that they wanted. It's good from Ollie White. Oh, he's beaten his man. Gets to the byline, but it's rolled out though. Sean Lau's got his flag up on the side there. Ollie White doesn't agree, but not going to be able to change a assistant referee or a referee's mind. So again, here we go. Goal kick.
Yes, yes, yes.
Here's Napier now. They look to build up patiently, and Emerson's got the ball. They've started to come into their own a little bit more in this game and recovered from that slow start. Here's the ball in from Emerson, but no, it's straight to Zach Jones on the goal of Miramar Rangers there. He rolls it out for Aaron Spain, and he finds George Akers, who, since that corner, remains in the right wing position, as Miramar tend to do after their corners. Here's Midgley, who'll look for Moriera, who's potentially strayed just offside, but no, yes. Now his flag goes up. Napier have endured quite a tough season this year. Everyone sort of had high hopes coming into the year. Every club, I should say, knowing that there was the carrot at the end of the year. If you finished in the top 4 in the Central League, you made the National League. And everyone wanted to try and make that, but I think here we go. Here's Miramar for chance down the left. There's Akers, but he's just unable to skip his way past him. Tries to flick on. Shivers wins though, and calmly plays back to Midgley. See, Napier came into it. Obviously, everyone has high hopes, but Bill Robertson, I think, the coach there, quickly figured out that he was in a bit of a transitional year, and as the season wore on and players start to come and go, it becomes a bit tougher, and especially the last few games, he said he's been trying to give the young players a run and try and build for next season. And from the balance of today and so far, other than those 2 early goals and being 2-0 down after 31 minutes in, but 2-0 down after 5 minutes even, they have performed quite well and do seem to have quite a bit of potential there. Young Sam Moore in the middle there, and Jackson Haynes at right back, and these are players that they can try and build around and continue with the experience they do have, but also continue to build out those youth players. It's Harris Spain pushing up from his right centre back position. He rolls it back in for his skipper Dewar, and he'll go out to Ollie White. White beats his man, Jackson Haynes gets down to the byline, crosses across. Oh, that was a good intervention there. I think it was Isaac Belcher who stopped the ball getting to George Akers, but White still got it out on the left. He swings it in, but no. Napier able to clear again. Here's the ball up for Stevenson. He tries to get past Rovers, but I don't think he'll win a pace battle against Taylor Rovers today. Here's Spain, and they're just going to knock it around the back and just maintain a bit of position here, Miramar. Here's White, turns well into Barnett. Barnett out to Harris Seb, who's maintained his position out on the left wing now. White looking to pull the strings again, but no, that's not a great ball from White. He puts his head up and waves his apologies to Andy Bevan. It's Schofield, he tries to beat Dewar, he's done well. Looks inside, finds Emerson. Emerson now, he flicks it across to Sam Wall. Wall out for Bauerfeind, and Bauerfeind tries to swing it in. There's a good ball. Here's Stevenson. No, unfortunately not. Most experienced player on the field today, just unable to stretch out and get a touch on the end of that. Good ball in from Bauerfeind. It's a good bit of play there from Napier, and that's a good chance they've created there. It's been a good recovery from the early setbacks they suffered. There's Pickering pushing up well into the half now. And it'll just be rolled out tamely for a goal kick. But positive signs there for Napier. They've been building well, and these final sort of 10 to 15 minutes of the half, despite being down 2-0, they're going to try and have a go, and that's good. It's good to see.
on your mark, going.
Here's Miramar. They're going to build up patiently again and work their way through Napier's lines. Into Napier, just leaves it, and Andy Bevan wasn't quite on the page there. Perhaps signs of a little bit of rust from the Miramar team without a game in about a month. In Spain, it's going to try and continue to play out from the back. Shrivers goes into a bit of trouble, slips over in that wet part of the David Farrington Park where the shadows always are. Always a little bit slippery on this side of the field, and especially when those shadows start to come in, it gets a little bit dewy. Zach Jones, the goalkeeper, out to Scott Midgley, and he finds Bunnett in a lot of space. It's some notes, the Napier coach, too easy that. There's Bevan, very good player, plays it out to Zeb. Zeb likes to tries to beat Haynes, but no, he's held well. There's Bevan into Owen Barnett. Good little play here with the three of them. Nice triangle. Another point of the triangle reach. There's Zeb. Zeb back out to Barnett. Barnett into Zeb again. Here we are. There's Ollie White. Sam Dewar now. White now. Always good out to Spain. Got about 10 Miramar players in his last final third of the field here. Here's Aaron Spain. Tries to beat his man. Does well. Whips it across with the left foot, but that's to no one. Ooh, Jackson Haynes isn't able to clear, but has fortunately made it back to Zach Mason.
Go inside, get the ball out.
There's Napier, Liam Schofield, he's looking for a man. Ooh, can't quite get it past Dewar there, and this one fortuitously to Jao Morieta. Morieta now tries to finish, but no. Isaac Belcher across with a good block.
Stay far, George.
Morieta will just clip it out to Dewar. Dewar over to Ollie White. Ollie White, he'll find Andy Bevan. There's Bevan, dinking and jiving as always. There's Dewar, and so Morieta, here's a chance now. Another one for Miramar. Morieta tries to get a little bit of space in the box, but he can't, so he clips it out to Dewar. Dewar out to Harris Zeb. Zeb assesses his options, goes inside again, but no, here's Pickering out to block. It's fallen fortuitously to Stevenson. He tries to beat his man, but Midgley's got the measure of him there, and it's back up to Shrivers. And Miramar will look to build once again. Miramar have been enjoying the lion's share of position and fairly camped inside the Napier half. Here comes Harris Zeb again, another attack. Goes past Belcher, doesn't go down, plays it into the middle. Owen Barnett gets a chance and it's in. There's your third goal of the game. Owen Barnett, good play down the left from Harris Zeb. He did ride a challenge well there and was able to just clip a ball. Barnett, who had a couple of hacks at it, but eventually got it across the line, and that's the third goal for Miramar Rangers of the half. It was a little bit easy down the left-hand side there with Zeb getting into a lot of space, and once he rolled past Belcher and got to the byline, he was able to pick out Owen Barnett, and who was able to finally scramble it across the line. So 3-0 now to Miramar Rangers. About 10 minutes to go in the half, and Napier had been battling well for the last 30 minutes of that game, but just unable to maintain that, and the third goal finally did come. Here come Miramar again, looking for an add to their lead. Here's Barnett. He gets stripped by Hoyle, but Chris Bennett waves play on, and Hoyle's able to break. Plays up to Madsen. Madsen's got his ball now, but Barnett's harrying back to try and get after him. Here's Spain. It's a good body challenge there, I guess you'd say. You can't run through players, so Spain's just used his body well there and able to guide it out for a goal kick. Yeah, Miramar goes short from the goal kick, and for another patient build-up, Ollie White, who's been on a lot of their good work today, is again getting it. Shrivers punched that one out and almost collects me up here in the commentary position. A little bit too much mustard on that one. James Hoyle with the throw into Emerson. Hoyle is under a bit of pressure here. Here comes Bevan putting pressure on Pickering. Pickering, though, will clip it out to Isaac Belcher. Belcher just asked to relax by his coach there, and he does. Here's Jackson Haynes, but his ball was just a bit too far short, and now Ollie White gets a chance to break. into Moriera. Out to White. Ollie White, no, just clips it back out to George Akers, and Akers will go to the byline. No one follows him though. That's an issue. There's Moriera, he gets it out. Looking a little bit casual, but that can tend to be his way, and then he just turns it on all of a sudden. There's Zeb into Bevan. Ollie White again. Moriera. Yeah, it's quite casual again. Here's Zeb. Zeb on the ball. Fights a lovely ball for White. He's going to have a chance here if he can get past his man, but no, Schofield just nipping away at his heels there. There we go. Here's White again. Good ball from Akers. White trying to get past Haynes. There's Barnett. White again. White has a crack. Ooh, just over the bar. Patient build up there from Miramar and a shot from outside the box, but White just can't find the target. Would have been another cracking goal after Bevan's earlier effort. Just the final 8 or so minutes of this half, and Napier will just be looking to try and steadily get after that third goal and try and see if they can get forward and pinch a goal. There's really nothing to lose from here, so might as well just keep trying to attack and have a go. That's a decent little ball from Schofield. Shriver's going to get across though, and Madsen does put pressure on him. He puts pressure on Jones again, and that's going to be a corner for Napier. It's fortuitous. The ball back from Spain or Dewar, but one of those two just couldn't find Shriver's feet, and he wasn't able to control it. And across the byline, it went for a goal kick. So Napier will have a chance from a set piece. The big lads go forward. Isaac Belcher, James Hoyle. Emerson's going to be in there, and Stevenson, of course. So a chance here for Napier. Their second chance from a set piece they would have had this half. So this is the sort of stuff when you're struggling, you want to try and make count. Oh, that's a good ball in, but Zach Jones gets up well to get a hand to it. But Hoyle wins it at the back post, tries to clip it back in, but not much on it. Hoyle may have injured himself, but he keeps going and gets it in and all across, but oh, is that great save from Jones and tries to clear it. Oh, Midgley finally scrambles it away. Oh, that was some play there from, Scott Midgley as the ball cannoned off the post, and then he's almost split in for an own goal, but great save from Zach Jones in the first instance from the shot, and he buried onto the post, and Midgley sort of squeaked around it and finally was able to sort of hack it clear, but good on Napier, hitting the post in this one, and look, that set piece did eventually work out for them, and I think Hoyle looks okay, even though he was sort of hobbling a little bit when he was trying to get that ball back in, but seems to be okay and we'll be able to continue. Really nice thing that you won't be able to see on the camera, but Bill Robertson has 16-year-old Caleb Marwick sitting next to him on the bench and seems to just be talking him through every facet of the game, which is really nice to see. Marwick hasn't played a minute of Central League football, but a youngster who a lot of promise and someone who Robertson obviously likes and is trying to mentor and bring through, and it's really nice to see him just a lot of plays. He's just explaining where this player should be and what this player should be doing and rolling him through the game, and it's going to be invaluable for a young player like that to try and learn from one of the more experienced heads in the game in New Zealand. There's Moriera who loses out to Isaac Belcher in the middle of the park. He's able to break. He's got Sam Wall out to his right. Wall goes into the box. Has a crack. Great save. Wonderful stuff there from Zach Jones. Gets down well to his right. A very, very good save from another former Wellington Phoenix Academy goalkeeper. Just like his counterpart Keegan Smith, who actually eventually turned out for the first team. Who's on the bench for Miramar Rangers today. But a good save from Jones. Getting quickly well down to his right. It was a good break though from Miramar Rangers. From Napier City Rovers, who when Belcher pitched the pocket of the Miramar player and found Wall, they were able to break quickly, and it was a good chance for them. Here's a good ball in. Here's Zeb getting on the end of it from Shriver's. A lovely touch over his man. Hoyle gets back and potentially goes down, but no. Chris Bennett waves play on. Napier, Hoyle wants to get rid of that. No, he's played it straight back to Zeb, and this one is called as a foul, much to Hoyle's surprise or disappointment. Zeb will probably be wondering why the first one wasn't a free kick, but it looked like a bit more of a fairer challenge, so that one there he definitely did clip him. So Fair enough for referee Chris Bennett to call that one. Got the dynamic set piece duo over the ball again of Akers and Ollie White. Potentially we'll probably be Akers, I say, to swing this one in. He's got what you might call an assist earlier in the game. He has a crack, Akers, but no, that'll be over into the school. Into the school, that one. So the ball boys have a job on their hands to go and collect that one as it goes over the top of both the goal and the fence. There's Pickering playing a ball out. Stevenson looks to get a flick on but can't get a touch on it. And now Spain's got his pressure on. Bauerfund gets in, and that's a good challenge from Bauerfund. There'll be a throw in for Miramar Rangers. Spain throws it into Bevan. Good little touch in for Barnett. Barnett tries to beat two men, but Hoyle's going to be too strong for him there. Tries to clip it in for Emerson, but he's not able to get on the end of it. Goes out to Jones, and he'll look to build up again through Midgley. Miramar finding a lot of space in between the lines here of Napier City Rovers, and it was Dura in for Midgley, and here's Ollie White. Zeb in behind, but that ball just gets fired in from White, just trying to do a little bit too much there. There's Sam Wall. Oh, that's a good little run. That's not bad, but Bevan's able to just get past him there.
Come on, go again.
Miramar just dropping their standards a little bit these last few minutes of the half. Here's Zeb though, and they've got a chance. Having a crack. Harris Zeb, but a good save from the Napier City Rovers goalkeeper Oscar Mason to push that one wide of his goal and not into the path of any of the Miramar Rangers attackers. Final moments of this first half. Corner going to be swung in by George Akers, an outswinger this time off his left foot. Ball comes in, Moriera and Shrivers at the back post. There's Bevan, tries to turn it back inside but isn't able to, and Madsen's kind of able to clear. Shrivers underhits his pass to Dewar, and there's Napier. They've got a chance to break down the right hand side. Here comes Cameron Emerson. He's down the right hand side. Spain trying to come across the cover, but Emerson keeps going. Has a crack. Oh, lovely goal that from Napier City Rovers on the counter. Cameron Emerson. A fine finish in the dying embers of this first half. It was an underhit pass coming out from Shrivers in the opposition area, and they quickly broke. Great ball out to Emerson, who broke down the right hand side and finished beautifully into the left hand side of the goal there past Zach Jones. That's a very good goal from Napier, and that's what they needed to do. They needed to be clinical on the counter, and they were. A great ball through and a great finish, and it's 3-1 just before the end of the half. The Miramar bench are obviously very disappointed with that play from Miramar. It's the sort of stuff you don't want to happen, losing a ball like that far up the field with your centre backs up there. But here we go, here's a chance. There's Ollie White. He's down the left hand side, looks to beat Wall, and he does so. Cuts back inside, tries to play past Belcher but can't. And Belcher tries to battle past White, and he does, and then is fouled. Good play there from Belcher to first win the ball and then ride his way through the challenge, but ultimately had to go down when his foot was hooked out from underneath him. There's Pickering. Pickering tries to flick it in for Bauerfund, who gets half a touch on it, and Shrivers half a touch as well. And that'll be half time here at David Farrington Park. Chris Bennett blows his whistle in what's been an entertaining first half. The score is 3-1 to Miramar Rangers. Goals to Andy Bevan, Taylor Shrivers and Owen Barnett for Miramar. Those are in the 3rd, 5th and 30th minutes. And then Cameron Emerson hit back for Napier City Rovers just before half time and injury time. It was a lovely goal on the counter, so half time here at Farrington Park, and it's 3-1 to Miramar Rangers. Welcome back here to David Farrington Park and Miramar as Chris Bennett gets us back underway for the Central League clash between Miramar Rangers and Napier City Rovers, with Miramar up 3-1 at the half thanks to goals from Andy Bevan, Taylor Shrivers and Owen Barnett, and they're quickly onto the attack again already. I was catching the commentator out, but at least referee Chris Bennett saves my blushes there and calls him for offside. The goal scorer for Napier City Rovers in that first half was Cameron Emerson on a counter-attack just before half-time. Obviously the goal of the game, in case you missed it, was Andy Bevan, but we'll have some highlights after this one for you, so feel free to tune into those because you are going to want to see Andy Bevan's goal again. I tell you that right now for free. It's an interesting clearance there that was hoisted up into what doesn't look like a strong southerly here, but does have a bit of bite to it, I can tell you that much. And it is blowing a little bit too as well, just a bit deceptive, even though the trees aren't just about falling over like they can do in Wellington sometimes. There is a slight breeze here still, just to keep you on your toes. That's a great ball there from Taylor Shrivers out to Owen Barnett. He's down the right-hand side. He's got Jackson Haynes on him from Napier, but rolls it back for George Akers. Akers into Barnett. Barnett looks to turn and clips the ball into the back post, and Moriera fouls himself and falls over, tripping over his feet. And Andy Bevan holds him back up with a smile on his face. Ooh, that's a robust challenge from Sam Dewar there. It's probably a fair enough call, even though the Miramar bench don't like it, but Sam Wall did get a bit of a clatter in there and limps away from it. There's Emerson, the goal scorer for Napier. He takes on Ollie White, does well, rolls out of the challenge and pings the ball out to Zach Madsen, who does well to bring that down, but Aaron Spain is able to pinch it off him and break. Madsen does well to track back and tries to get into there and loses it out though to James Hoyle, who intercepts it, and Pickering has it now into Liam Schofield in the middle of the park. Good ball out to Hoyle. Hoyle will look for a pass and clips it over, but Aaron Spain's going to be cleaning those ones up. Oh, that's a bad back pass though, and Sam Wall has a chance here. Oh, yes, exactly. The call there from the Miramar benches. Wake up, because that was a very, very slack back pass from Aaron Spain, and Sam Wall was in there to try and pinch it, try and score, tried to go round, and then tried to slot it past Zach Jones in the Miramar goal, but it was unable to. Enterprising start here from Napier though, and it's a little bit of a shock to the system from Miramar, who've come out sluggish in that first half, and the balance of that evidence. There's the ball in from Schofield. He clips that one in, and that's a good header there from Balfind, but no, just goes past the back post, and Miramar have a chance here. Here's Bevan, he's going to be dangerous on the counter. Well, that's a good foot in there from Isaac Belcher, and Hoyle has it now, clips it in. Here's Sam Pickering. Pickering has a chance to clip it in. Ball into Evan. Oh no, Shrivers clears, but only as far as Emerson. Shrivers clears again. And Miramar will try and calm this down with Barnett, but no, Napier are pressing. Come out of the box well here in the second half. Oh, it's a very big challenge there from Sam Wall, and I believe he'll be going into the referee's notebook. Just 4 minutes into the second half, and Sam Wall goes into the book, having just had a very good chance at the other end. He goes into the book for that very big challenge on Harris Zeb. Napier striker Josh Stevenson seems to be feeling his groin a little bit there, just trying to stretch it out. Not sure if he's got an issue there. So it's Zeb and Ollie White over the ball. So White's going to be the one to swing this one off his right foot as Zeb moves up to the right wing and doesn't have anyone on him at the moment. So potentially an option here, but it's definitely an option. I have to see if White's going to try and play him in there, or if he'll swing it in. Yes, he is going to play Zeb. Here's a chance now for Miramar down the wing. He clips that in, and Barnett was lurking but unable to get there. Wall's going to try and clear. Bevan comes through the back of him a little bit, but referee keeps going, and ball's out to Napier. Stevenson making a run through the middle, and here comes Emerson at the back post. Emerson's on here, tries to go past Akers, but he's calmly plays it out and fires that ball into Owen Barnett. Moriera just hoists one into the air and eyes in agony. And there's going to be an offside call there against Ollie White. Pickering just waves away Isaac Belcher there to play the free kick himself. Hoyle on the ball now. He just plays it to Pickering, and Pickering's going to get his head up and see what options he has. It's not really much on there, so tries to find Stevenson, but he had no hope of really getting ahead of that one, Midgley. Here's Ollie White Day, he loses out, and Balfine's got a chance. Stevenson making a run if he can find him. Stevenson's got to try and get on that, but unable to just turn in the grass there, and Akers flicks that out to Zeb. It's into the sun. He can't quite see it, but he's able to bring it down now. And he's just going to roll that into Andy Bevan. Bevan back out to Zeb. Zeb back into Shrivers, and have a chance to get his head up and play. You're trying to make a run, but no, he's going to dribble out of here. That's a good play from Shrivers, putting that defence under pressure now. Out to Akers, he swings it in with his left. Pickering's there to try and get away, but he hasn't quite. Moriero, looked like he might go for a bicycle, but didn't. Oh, he tries to dribble through as well. Always something entertaining happening when Jar's got the ball at his feet. There's Balfine, back to Schofield. Good ball out, but that sun's getting low now, and that's going to be troublesome for players on that side of the field, as it tends to be. That's an interesting ball from Madsen, unfortunately unable to find anybody. There's Harris Zeb. Oh, I really wish Moriero had bicycled that one. Would have been entertaining to see him try. Looked like he wanted to, but maybe a few years ago he would have. That's a poor ball though from Moriero, and here comes Jackson Haynes. He plays it in for Stevenson. Stevenson's got a chance now if he can beat Shrivers, but he isn't able to. Shrivers covers and lays it back in for Jones. Mitchell's got time to turn and is able to, and clips it out for Akers. And Akers will try and calm that down, and he does. Ollie White on the ball again. Out to Dewar. Dewar in for Barnett, and Barnett will look for Zeb, and Zeb probably just going to calm this one down, I think. She does. He plays a nice one too with Owen Barnett, and he plays a Zeb plays the ball in for Ollie White. White, yep, clips it to Moriero. He'll be able to turn here. But there's a very casual ball to Scott Midgley. Midgley in for White. White's got a chance. Isaac Belcher though across and challenges well and is able to roll that one out for a... Oh, here we go. Here comes Miramar's top goal scorer is about to come on, Sam Mason-Smith. Looks like he'll be replacing Owen Barnett. So it's just 7 minutes into the second half, and here comes Mason-Smith on for Owen Barnett. It's not really what you want to see if you're an Napier defender. The man who scored 14 goals in 16 games this year. 59 goals in 60 games all told for Miramar. So I think you had a rough go in the first half. You've now got one of the most prolific goal scorers in the Central League coming on. That's a good challenge there, and there from Sam Pickering on Ollie White to get that ball back. Yeah, Mason-Smith just perhaps not back up to full fitness with a little bit of a niggle, so we started on the bench, but he's got 38 odd minutes to show his value, and here he is now on the ball, holding it up, playing it out for White. And back in for Mason-Smith, plays it out for White. That's a good play already. There's Moriero, that's offside though, unfortunately. Already seeing the impact of Sam Mason-Smith. It just completely changes the dynamic up front for Miramar. They've got that focal point now, that target man. Between him and Moriero up there, they've got two players who are going to occupy two defenders from Napier a lot of this half. It's going to create a lot more chances perhaps in here. But there's a chance for Napier though on a Route 1 play. Balfine flicking on for Stevenson. Stevenson out for Zach Madsen. Tries to find Stevenson again, but no, Shrivers steps up and is able to roll that one away, and out to Ollie White, who's just, George Akers, who clips it for Mason-Smith, but unable to do much there. Akers and White with similar haircuts and the same boots, so can sometimes get them confused. Not really though. There's Pickering. He plays it out for Schofield, and there's Isaac Belcher looking for options. We don't have many, so has to play Pickering. Pickering does well to find Hoyle, and now they've got a chance there. A lot of space on the left. They can find Madsen, and he does. It's a good ball out for Hoyle, from Hoyle to Madsen. Madsen now for a chance to take on Aaron Spain. Takes him on down the line, gets to the byline, can't cross it back in. Ooh, and he's smashed into the wall there. That is quite a painful move to go face first into a wall, but a bit of pain, but he's going to try and run it off. There's a goal kick at the end of that, after all of that. And out to Akers already, down the left wing side. Here we go. Back in for Midgley, and here's Emerson trying to close him in. Between him and Stevenson, they can't stop him though, and Shrivers is able to clip it out, but that's not a great ball, and Madsen's going to be able to have a chance here again. Napier looking strong in the second half. Here comes Emerson down the left. Tries to get a chance. Unable to find the ball in and just loses it out of feet. It's an unlucky touch there and it rolls out for a goal kick, but Napier have been very enterprising to start this second half. 10 minutes in and they've created all sorts of problems for Miramar here, and you know, if you're North Shore United and hoping for a Chatham Cup semi-final here in a few weeks, you'll be watching this with interest, wouldn't you? These first 10 minutes of this second half. Although you'd have to say when you're 3-1 up in a ultimately meaningless game, it is a little bit difficult to come out in that second half all guns blazing, I suppose. Here's a ball in from Aaron Spain looking for Mason Smith, but unable to get on the end of it. There's SMS, and Mason's able to throw the ball out for Loom Schofield. He plays through the middle to Wall, but Shrivers covers that. They're finding a little bit of space though, Napier, and they're pushing their midfielders on. And those midfielders making those late runs through are causing a few issues for Miramar. But here's Midgley with a good run. The centre-back continues on. He's going to try and have a crack himself. Can he find Muriero or Mason Smith or Bevan are all in the box now. Out to Mason Smith on the edge of the box. Finds it for Bevan. Bevan out to Harris Zeb. Mason Smith's unmarked. He is... Oh, he's there was a chance there to find him. He still does. Here he is at the back post, but it's just over the edge and goes out for a goal kick for Miramar. So Mason Smith had a lot of space in the box there though, and if you're going to leave a guy like him unmarked, then he's probably going to hit pay dirt at some point in this half. But here's Napier, who are finding a lot of space in behind Harris Zeb in their right wing back. There's a chance though for Miramar. They're going to break. Here's Andy Bevan out to Harris Zeb. Zeb has a chance. Here he is. There's a shot, but no, it's a tame one. Straight at Oscar Mason. Napier's centre-back Sam Pickering with his arms in the air, bemoaning as the players up front for Napier. They do have to try and find those players up front, and they're leaving a bit of a hole in the middle, so if they're not coming back in to fill that hole, then it's going to cause them a few issues. Here's Miramar now. Akers and Ollie White linking up down the left-hand side. White back in for Akers. Akers looks for the ball, back heel back in for Ollie White, but just can't find him. An entertaining start to the second half. Both teams having a chance to attack and going from each end. Got to love a bit of on-field banter about a foul throw there between Stevenson and Akers. I'm not sure if you heard that choice language from Akers, but if you did, we apologise for that. Here's Zach Madsen now down the left-hand side. Don't think he's had a foul throw today. Stevenson was claiming that Akers had a few so far, so it's sort of stuff you normally expect from your sort of under-13s, claims of foul throws, but it even happens in the Central League. Here is Akers, the aforementioned potential foul thrower, according to Napier Rovers striker Josh Stevenson anyway. Here's Stevenson trying to get on the ball. Good strength there, Sean. Plays off Midgley. Oh, yes, but no. Balfind is able to try and beat Midgley, and Balfind's still got it. Here he comes, Shea Balfind. Onto his right foot, goes for the top corner, but no, it's just wide of the goal. Again, good play from Napier, who arguably having at least a good half as Miramar to start, if not better, in these opening sort of 15 minutes of the first half. Miramar looking slightly frustrated at this stage with their inability to, continue the play they were playing in that first half, even though, I guess when you reflect on it, an absolute wonder strike from Andy Bevan and a free kick that went in, and well, it was bundled in eventually for Shrivers' goal, and Barnett's was an open play goal, but you wouldn't say they were as dominant as perhaps the scoreline suggested in that first half. And here's Napier again with another chance on the counter. Schofield though, now dispossessed by Zeb and then fouls him. So it'll be a free kick to Miramar in the middle of the field there. Dewar probably going to look to play it quickly, and he does. So Shrivers is on the ball now. Little one in for Bevan. He's got options around him, but that goes short. Shrivers again. George Akers looking for it out on the left here. Might get it from Midgley. That back into Shrivers. Some great runs coming in there from the Miramar strikers, and that's Moriera getting it out to Bevan, back to Moriera, he caps it in. But now we're coming back for an offside. Offside in that lead up in that play. Napier play quick, and Emerson's got acres of space through the middle of the park, as does Schofield. Only one man in there, it's Dewar. Late challenge on Schofield, he's gone down in a heap, but it's an advantage. Here's Madsen, it takes on Aaron Spain, beats him down the left. But no, Spain recovers well, and he keeps the ball in as well. No corner, and has time to come out. Just ambling out now, taking the pace out of the game. Akers asking for his team to play it a bit quicker, get the ball out to Scott Midgley here. Good interplay here from the Miramar players. Akers on the ball, into Moriera, good 1-2. One touch football from Miramar. Moriera out to Ollie White. Ollie White going to try and find Mason Smith, but Hoyle gets in there. It's work from Jim Hoyle. Oh, that's an unfortunate challenge from Medson, who's just not strong enough. Gets Mason Smith. Zeb has the ball down the right now. Harris Zeb tries to find someone at the back post. Jackson Haynes, though, just heads it out for a corner. Good calm play from the young right back there, with João Moriera lurking in behind him. Chris Bennett's going to come back for a yellow card to Miramar skipper Sam Dewar. You could certainly say Dewar didn't agree with that one, but has to accept the yellow card from referee Chris Bennett. Good. Here's the corner in from Miramar. There's Ollie White. Great play down the left-hand side. Beats Sam Wall. But Isaac Belcher just dumps that one as a touch. Claiming it had a little touch off Ollie White, but no, referee has none of that. There's Dewar, who slips over, unfortunately, as he kicks it, but Medson's whiffed on the header. Zeb plays in for Moriera. He tries to clip it over his defender, but just into the clutches of Oscar Mason there in the Napier goal. Mason puts it on the ground and plays from there, and there's Balfan looking for a header on, but he's unable to. He's over to Andy Bevan. Here's Dewar, the skipper, just got yellow carded. Midgley out to George Akers. Looks inside, but Sam Wall's there again. Here comes Ollie White, though, down the left-hand side, trying to take on Belcher, and Belcher's there again. He's having a fine game, the Napier defender. Snuffing out all those Ollie White chances down that left wing side there. He's playing very well. That's a good challenge there as well from Belcher. He's able to win that, and Stevenson's got a chance. Out to Wall. Dewar doesn't want to, certainly you do not want to get sent off in this game, and that was clearly what Sam Dewar was thinking there. Absolutely no red cards in this one because they'll carry over into the National League. You do not want to get sent off. And you just about imagine anyone with a yellow card for Miramar, which just at this stage is Dewar, you'll probably be getting subbed off at some stage. Here's a chance for Miramar. Moriera through the middle, gets the ball back, looks for Mason Smith, and he comes to the back post, but that's a great challenge from Hoyle. Very good from the experienced centre back there. It's a chance you think Mason Smith is going to be burying if he gets a clear chance at shot at goal. Unfortunate for Madsen, though, he plays that ball straight to Akers, and Miramar going to have another chance to attack. Yeah, that Mason Smith chance there. If you don't get in the way of that one, he is burying that 99,000 times out of 99,001 times. There's Ollie White. That's George Akers. That's a lovely ball from Mason Smith. Moriera, will he try and find Bevan or go himself? Here's the ball. It's out to Bevan, but no, it just escapes his clutches at the back post. Oh dear for Miramar there. It just seemed almost too easy to just roll that one into Bevan, and he just couldn't quite find him. Napier again, though, on the break here. Akers of space, Madsen. Here he is. Looking for a shot, and that is squiffed. I guess you'd best call that. Slid off the outside of the boot and sailed high and wide of the goal. That's just so much space there on the counter for Napier that they're able to attack and run into. and they're keeping two players nice and high in Bauerfeind and Stevenson, so they're always going to have two players up there to occupy the Miramar defenders. It's a weak ball from Moriera, which Hoyle wins well. Strong play from Hoyle again, out to Stevenson. Has a chance to clip it in for Sam Wall, but doesn't choose to, plays back. Jackson Haynes out to Belcher, and he'll look for Pickering. Pickering's going to look for a man, and out to Zach Madsen. Madsen in for Bauerfeind, but unfortunately it just rolls off his foot and out for a Miramar Rangers throw. So the score remains 3-1 to Miramar 20 minutes into the second half. Napier though not without their chances, in Miramar too as well. You'd expect there's going to be a few more goals in this one before the end of play today at David Farrington Park here on a glorious, if not slightly cold afternoon in Miramar. Sam Mason-Smith, who's already made an impact in his limited time on the field, the last 10 or 15 minutes or so. Here's Mason-Smith, he's got a chance for himself here, but good challenge in there from Cameron Emerson, getting back from midfield. Plays it out though for Ollie White, and Ollie White buries it in the goal. Miramar's fourth. 20 minutes into the second half, and Miramar are up 4-1. Great play from Sam Mason-Smith to keep battling away there, and he was able to clip that one back into Ollie White in the middle of the goal, and he was able to bury that past the near post of Oscar Mason there. 4-1 to Miramar, and hope you're enjoying that replay there of that goal, for the fourth goal for Miramar Rangers, as we bring these to you throughout the day. Couple of changes coming up for Miramar. It appears to be both Ollie White after his goal. He's going to be coming off. Coming on in his place is Hugo Del Hommel, and Harris Zeb going off on the opposite side of the field. He'll be replaced by Mikhail Bredevelt. Also changes for Napier City Rovers. It's going to be a debut for the youngster by the looks of it. Jackson Haynes is coming off, and this is going to be Sam Lack coming on. A number of the young players for Napier City Rovers. This is Napier will go to a back three now, having brought on Lack into the middle of the park for their right back Jackson Haynes. So back three for Napier City Rovers, and Miramar looks as though they'll just stay in their normal shape that they've been playing in. Here's a chance now for Miramar as they win the ball back in the middle of the park, and Bevan on the ball out to the substitute Bredevelt. He brings it back to Aaron Spain, and he'll clip it across to Shrivers. Turns finds his other centre back, and Scott Midgley. Midgley for Akers. Here's the new man, Hugo Del Hommel. Out to the other new man, Bredevelt. He finds Andy Bevan with a lovely ball, and that's into Mason-Smith, but no, Pickering just snuffs that one out, nicking it off the lethal feet of Mason-Smith. The clearing ball out though isn't able to be found by anyone, but Del Hommel does well to battle away and gets his feet in there, and looks as though they brought him in to snuff out those counter attacks and just sit in with Dura in the middle of the park. Bit of a different shape now for Miramar. Potentially Del Hommel was just going to sit a little bit further back than Ollie White was, who was playing in more of that roaming sort of playmaker role. Had sort of open license to play wherever he want, but you'd imagine Del Hommel was going to play a little bit more tighter than Ollie White would have. A little bit less creativity, but a lot more nuggetiness. Especially after extending their lead, Miramar, they certainly wouldn't want to give up any more goals than they have already. It's a good chance for them to I suppose, keep them to test themselves against the counter-attacking side, I suppose, to play with a bit more shape and try and hold in there a little bit more. There's Dewar. He clips that out to Aaron Spain. Spain in for Del Hommel. That's a bit of out. back in for Spain. There's the ball out for Bredeveld. Bredeveld on the right wing side. He clips that one in, looking for Morieta, but it's a good clearing header by Hoyle. Hoyle out for Emerson. Oh, there's a chance for Mason Smith. Ooh, it's a great challenge coming in there. That was Belcher again, another one of his good challenges. Here's Miramar again. Staying camped in the Napier Rovers half as much as possible. There's Shrivers. Clips in for Andy Bevan. He looked for a turn but doesn't able to. Emerson right behind him. Shrivers out on the left hand side. That's Dewar. Dewar in for Midgley. Midgley wants to try and get the ball over the top, having beaten Belcher but didn't get it from Akers, who was getting closed down by Stevenson. There's Spain. Call from Scott Ailes from Miramar coaches to keep it. Try and play a bit more. Here's Mason Smith. He plays the ball out to Bredeveld, who tries to clip it in for Bevan, but not a great ball. Bredeveld gets it back though. Now he'll have a chance to try and find. He finds Moriera. Moriera into Mason Smith. He clips it back for Moriera, but good challenge from Hoyle again, and it's able to another chance for a break here. Here's Sam Wall. He goes to Bedson, but no, George Akers is there. Good play from the left winger there. Unfortunately, Midgley though just loses that ball across the touchline. There's Belcher off the throw. To Madsen. There's Belcher. There's Sam Lack, the youngster. That's a good ball out from Lack. There's Schofield, he finds it into Barfield. Schofield looking for Pickering, but no, won't be able to, and it has to come back to James Hoyle. He looks for Emerson, it's able to get that ball and clips it out. Here's Emerson, back out to Jack Madsen. Madsen with a chance there, Akers on him, but Madsen's going to try to take him on. He's dove in, so Madsen's got a chance to clear to cross on the byline. Unfortunately though, it's just not a great cross, and Zach Jones is able to pick that up quite easily in the end.
Andy, don't collapse. Andy, don't collapse.
Jones drops it to his feet and plays to Shrivers, who goes out to Midgley.
Eyes up. Eyes up.
Back into Shrivers now. Moriera's got a bit of space out on the left here, but they go into the middle. Moriera again calling for it, but tries to go down the right to Shrivers, and it's well over hit for Bredeveld, who was never going to be able to track that one down. Here's Lack on the ball. Youngster who's calling for Stevenson to come in and runs on past him. It's a good if he can find him again, but unfortunately Madsen just loses out there. Oh, but Lack's won it back. That's a good one from the youngster. Here's Stevenson calling for a foul, and Chris Bennett calls that one. That's a good ball from Pickering down to Madsen on the right-hand side. Catching Miramar out. Madsen beats Akers easily. Finds Sam Wall in the middle, but Del Hummel's in there to scramble that away. But Lack tries to get in there, but here comes Miramar. Here comes Del Hummel. That's a slight challenge from Emerson. Referee waves play on advantage. Miramar can't make the most of that advantage though, unfortunately. Oh dear, it's not looking good for Napier's Cameron Emerson as he gets beaten and doesn't appear to want to get back to his feet. Was sort of Gio was kicking that one out or looking for Bredeveld or not, but ball's gone out for what'll be a Napier throw, and interesting to see what they do now. Yeah, they throw it back to Miramar, and that's a nice play from them. Even though it did appear that Dewar almost tried to kick it at Cameron Emerson, but obviously he was trying to kick it out of play as well, so he could get attention if needed to. Here's Mason Smith in for Moriera. Del Hummel had made a good run there and wasn't sure if he was offside, but He decided he was and didn't try to run onto the end of that one. There's Belcher flanking it in for Stevenson. That's good play. Stevenson holds it up. Clips it out for Hoyle. Hoyle brings the ball up. Over to Liam Schofield. Schofield now cuts inside. Finds Sam Pickering. Pickering has Zach Mids now here on the right, who's had a good last 5 or so minutes and looked some enterprising play. There we are, here's the ball. That's Sam Pickering in for Stevenson. Stevenson out for Emerson. Emerson tries to clip it in, but no, Spain is there to head it clear, and Bredeville has a chance to counter. He's got Mason Smith out there with him if he needs him as well. Schofield nipping away at his heels, and Spain is able to find Mason Smith, who holds it up and heads it on for Dewar. And Dewar's going to count things down, play it back to Bredeville, and Miramar going to look to build here. It's been a decent old second half this one. It's roughly 15 minutes to go, and here come Napier again. Clip it in from Schofield. Oh, Stevens has a chance, but no, he just can't get it on the end of it. Midsley's able to bundle that one out for a corner, but that was a good chance, another good chance for Napier City Rovers, and Miramar going to make a change here. On comes Caden Atkins, and off goes Scott Midgley on the left centre back. He seemed to have been labouring a little bit just in the last couple of minutes as Akers was covering him, so maybe a little tweak there, or maybe just feeling the legs a bit after 4 or 5 weeks off with his COVID-19 break. That's a good fist out there from Mel. That's a good one. Great finish from Cameron Emerson. His second goal of the game after a punch out from keeper Zach Jones fell fortuitously to him, and he hammered that one into past the Miramar Rangers goalkeeper there. Yeah, that punch looked like it was okay from Jones as he punched through a number of players, including one of his own, but it just popped up in the air, and there was no one else around other than Emerson, who ran onto it and just thumped it low and hard, and Zach Jones unable to get down to it. So here we are, 4-2, and you just never know what may happen in football. So within two goal leads are the most dangerous. So roughly, what have we got, about 13 minutes to go, and Napier will continue to push and try and see if they can get close to Miramar. Here we go, there's another chance for Napier. There we go, Sam Lack on the ball, 17-year-old young fella. He's a more experienced player in Emerson, but he can't get it past Jura, so Miramar gave a chance to break. Del Hommel, we're out to the Modiera. Modiera with his footwork, that's lovely stuff to beat Belcher. As casual as you like. Perhaps his casual player, though, makes it look like he wasn't fouled there, but there was a bit of contact. There's Wall, doing well under pressure. Pickering, who finds Find out there. There's Cameron Emerson. Arguably Napier's best player this game. It's a great ball to Find. Great ball that from Emerson. He's having quite a good game today. 2 goals and a lot of enterprising plays. Been up and down the field, box to box. That's good. Here's Sam Wall. He's got a chance to play in medicine. But no, Aaron Spain's across and able to just snuff that one out. Spain and for Del Hommel. A little bit of stress. Modiera fouls, I think. Belcher. Wall plays it quickly. Here we go. Napier well up for this now. As they have been all game, to be fair. Here's Pickering. Assessing his options now. He's got Sam Lack there. Lack wants to get on the ball. That's good to see from a young player at this level. Not shying away. That's good. Ooh, almost another good ball for Emerson. Wall needed to come to that one a little bit. But if it had a run through, he would have had a chance. So you can see why he did it. Bredeville now. Yeah, chance. But no, goes back. Miramar going to continue just to try and play patiently, try and hold position a little bit. Ensure that they close this game out. Spain over to Shrivers. Shrivers going to look for a long one here. Here goes Andy Bevan, who's moved out to the left-hand flank. Bevan brings it down well. Tries to take on Belcher. There's Modiera. Just moved a little bit deeper. Out to Shrivers. Shrivers finds Mason Smith, who's peeled off his man. He's got Schofield and Hoyle in front of him. Skips past Schofield, flips it in, tries to find Bevan, but no, that's good. Well, good play from Cameron Emerson. Yeah, there's Bauer find out there on the left, but can't, and Emerson gets it back again. James Hoyle to assess his options for Napier City Rovers. Bill Robertson just asking him to take his time and just look for the right play, look for the right pass. There's not a lot on here for Napier, but he's into Bauer find and he tries to clip it for Stevenson, but it's always going to be a tough ball to be able to get on the end of. Stevenson, no, good play. Puts Atkins under pressure. Here's Spain. Spain into Sam Mason-Smith, Pickering on his back. Moriera gets it, back to Mason-Smith, 1-2, and goes for the 3, but Del Hommel gets in well and is able to keep possession for Miramar. He clips that to Akers. Akers out to Del Hommel, keeps the ball in, just. Zach Medson's in there, and he does well to beat Akers. Akers isn't like that, so he wins it back. Moriera gets that. Oh, rolls a little nutmeg through, tries another nutmeg on Belcher. Belcher's not going to go for that one though. Here's Dewar. Bevan in this half space here, he's going to love this. It's the place where he likes to operate. Finds Mason-Smith. Here's Dewar, backs into him. That's Aaron Spain. Spain looks for Moriera. Moriera in for Del Hommel, back to Moriera. No, Belcher. Another candidate for man of the match for Napier here. Having a fine game at the back, even though they've conceded 4. There's Wall clipping it, trying to find Emerson. They can beat Shrivers, almost does. Shrivers' clearance was partially blocked, but he just couldn't keep hold of it, could Emerson. Both him and Isaac Belcher have been very impressive for the visiting side here today. Ooh, bit of a late challenge there from young Sam Lack. Probably being 17 means he'll get away with just the foul there. Well, that's a lovely ball from Del Hommel out to Moriera. He's got a chance now if he can find Mason-Smith, but he wasn't really running for that one, and Pickering was easily able to get across to it. Here we are. Napier for another chance to counter. Here comes Medson, but Shrivers might be favourite to get that one, and he is. Not bad ball there from Shea Bauerfend though. Yeah, Aaron Spain's going to try and carry this one out. He's got a little bit of space to operate in. And, no, Miramar just a little bit lacklustre this half. I know they've scored the only goal, but it hasn't all been pretty at times. That's the ball from Mason-Smith though. That's going to find Bevan. He's dangerous there, but touch just lets him down a little bit. Akers is able to clean up, and there's still a chance. Del Hommel's going to try and go past him, but unable to control that one as well. There goes Cameron Emerson, who plays the ball off the back of the head of referee Chris Bennett. And ordinarily we stop play when the ball hits the referee, but no, we're going to continue. No real change to the play, so I guess Chris Bennett just wants to keep the ball moving, keep play going. Sam Pickering. Stevenson screaming for it. Pickering's going to hold it and try to play out the left, and Stevenson's displeasure at not receiving the pass to feet there is heard for all to hear. Here's a sub for Napier City Rovers.
Josh, just drop in.
Comes Emerson off. Number 12 on. Don't currently have on my team sheet, but I believe that's Caleb Marwick, just from Napier coach Bill Robertson calling him Caleb, so I'll just have to trust that that shirt number has changed from 17 to 12 since I received it, and there's no one else on the team sheet called Caleb, and Bill was able to confirm before the game there's no changes to his team sheet. So that's Caleb Marwick, the 16-year-old making his debut for Napier City Rovers today, and a good chance for him to have a taste of football at this level, so hope he goes well. The youngster has been thrown into the mix. He's He's got roughly 6-7 minutes to make his mark. Here's Dewar, he's on, and ooh, that's not a great ball, and Sam Wall's going to have a chance to play now. Edson gonna have, not going to be odds on to try and get that one, but Akers' clearance is sliced, and it's going to be a corner. So the last time Napier had a corner, they hit the post. It's been their only corner of the game. So here's another chance for them to try and make an impact from a set piece. Lads head forward, Hoyle, Belcher, Stevenson. Balfour's not a small man, so good test for Miramar of their set piece defence as well. It's the sort of stuff you want in a game where you can't move up or down on the ladder and you're still a few weeks away from the big games. So good to ensure that they're staying focused here in these final concluding stages of this match. Ball in from Schofield. Up there, Shrivers is able to hit clear, and Del Hommel on the edge of the box scoops up the screen. Sam Lack's able to push him back. Brings in there as well. Akers clips the ball down the wing. Here's Mason Smith taking on Belcher, but Belcher is across and does well. Good work from Isaac Belcher there. Had to cover that one with Bevan and Sam Mason Smith lurking around him. Bredevelt throws this back to George Akers. There's Del Hommel. Spain. Over to Shrivers. Miramar looking to go into a bit of closeout mode here, you'd think. Knock it around and ensure nothing bad happens. It's a good intervention from Napier's Belcher though. Del Hommel, lovely stuff, clipping it over Sam Wall. Back out to Bredevelt. He comes into Akers. Akers playing a lot deeper than he has been, so looking to just cover those runs from Madsen, who's been pushing very, very high in that right wing back spot for Napier City Rovers. It's Hoyle all over Bevan. They can make it marking him wherever he goes, trying to take him out of the match, which he effectively has done for most of the second half. It's a good ball in. There's Caleb Marwick. There's a young man on the ball. His first touch in Caleb Marwick, and he does well, but he's never going to be able to work his way through Taylor Shrivers there. So still brought that one down well, and a few good touches. So it's good to see from the young lad. It's a good ball out from Jones though. He finds Bredevelt. Not a lot of purpose in Miramar's attack, and Moriera's out on the right wing walking, but he's going to have a chance now if Bevan can turn out to him. Nope, Hoyle's in there. Very strong challenge from Hoyle again. Here's Madsen, takes on Akers, but Akers wins out this time. Akers now, Moriera screaming for it at the back post, but plays for Mason Smith. Smith out to, no, he's going to keep going. Back out to Akers, here's Bredevelt. Akers left it for him. Bredevelt with a chance to whip a ball in here, aiming for Mason Smith, but Pickering heads clear. Stevenson's able to clip it over as well. Stevenson's come a bit deeper since Marwick's introduction, so it's Marwick and Balfour up front. Mason Smith to Moriera, Moriera in for Bevan to, oh, that's unfortunate there. Lovely interplay from João Moriera and Andy Bevan, but that last pass, just Bevan's feet got stuck on the ground and he couldn't play a decent ball to Moriera. Spain under a heavy challenge from Hoyle, but Hoyle apologises and they move on. Here we go, here's Dewar into the box. Going to look for a ball to, oh no, he has a crack. And Chris Bennett calls a foul on Andy Bevan, who'd clipped over Isaac Belcher on the way through. Napier have a chance to attack, but I think they've just about run out of legs at this stage. I think both teams have, if we're honest. It has been a number of weeks since either team's had a chance to have competitive action, and in these sort of last couple of minutes, it's taken the sting out of the game just a little bit. Bill Robertson imploring his team to press there, but again, I think they may have just run out of steam at this stage. Substitutes are having a slight impact, but even they're sort of feeling the energy of the game slowly starting to sap away, I think. Here's Napier with time. Belcher plays it back into his goalkeeper Mason. It's Sam Lack on the ball. Moriera half-heartedly closes him down and clips it out to Shea Bauer. Oscar Mason clips it out to Hoyle. Brings it down, got time. Sam Pickering under pressure from Bevan, loses out. Here comes Andy Bevan down the left wing side. He's got Mason Smith in the middle if he wants him. He cuts inside himself, plays it in for Mason Smith. Mason Smith turns, tries to find space for himself. That's a good challenge from Pickering. Bredeville has a crack, but no, Oscar Mason's able to cover that one. Decent scrambling defence there from Napier. Able to get across as we enter into stoppage time on this one. Don't imagine there'll be too many, although we have had a few subs, so just a couple of minutes. We'll have to see. No fourth official today, so just going to be guessing on the amount of injury time. There's Mason Smith on the right wing side, coming very deep for striker. There's Dewar out to Dale Hummel. He's got a chance here. Jao Moriera at the back post if he can find him, but Hoyle's there. But it's Gambles through to Moriera. Then Mason comes out and does enough to ward off the danger from Moriera, and it'll be a corner though. Having that taking a deflection on the way through from, I believe, James Hoyle. Sam Dewar, the Miramar captain, asking for a substitute there, but they don't have any more left. Said he didn't do enough running in lockdown, in case you missed that one on the microphone. There's Dale Hummel. And for George Akers. Akers looking for a ball, but there's big James Hoyle again. Here we go, a chance for Napier to break. Here's Stevenson. Oh, it's, yeah, no, still got it. Balfine's got a chance now. But no, Taylor Shriver's back and nips it away and able to just clip that one out, snuff out the danger. These final closing stages, Napier pushing for a third goal in this match, in which they've battled reasonably well, having gone down 2-0 in 5 minutes, but able to play out the rest of this match in what's been a 2-2 draw for the remaining 85 minutes. So it's been quite a good performance from them. Out from Shrivers, hacks it away. Belcher's going to have a chance to just roll this one back to his centre-back partner and James Hoyle. And Chris Bennett calls full-time here at David Farrington Park. A entertaining match to close out our Central League season. Miramar Rangers win this one 4-2 with goals from Andy Bevan, Taylor Shrivers, Owen Barnett and Ollie White. And 2 goals from Cameron Emerson for Napier City Rovers, and what would be probably the best player on the field for Napier today. Thank you for joining us today, and if you want to stick around to watch the highlights, they are very impressive, especially Andy Bevan's goal in the 3rd minute. I would implore you to hang around and take that one in again as we have the highlights. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Result.